Good morning. It is about 20 to 12 on Wednesday morning. Getting a bit of a later start today. Been moving kind of slow. Here, I don't think I need these on under here. No, we're okay. Is that better? I don't know. There's not much light under here. It's a little cloudy today. It's not as sunny as it was yesterday. But it's not as windy either. That wind was crazy yesterday. My new citronella and peppermint plants were blowing all over the place. Those poor little guys. But none of them got broken, so maybe the light will be better over here. Hang on a second. I almost squished my toe. Will it be better over here? I don't know. I think that's better. Anyways, I have people from the city coming today to, they came last year and they did this, lead test or whatever on the water in the house, because my house is a wartime house. Well, most houses down here are wartime houses. And they sent me a paper, I guess, requesting further testing and whatever. And I had completely forgotten about it. And with all the craziness that was last year. And they sent me another letter, I don't know, a couple days ago, reminding me of this and that they wanted to do another test and a more in-depth test and whatever. And that there was further information on the, on the back, so I flipped. And I guess my lead is kind of high. They had the average, and I don't remember what it was, but it was, I don't know, like 5 points or whatever above average. So I thought, well, yeah, I guess come test it. We don't drink the tap water. I cook with it. But we buy bottled water. We have for the last year. I called them up and set up time, and so they're coming around 1 o'clock today. But it means I can't use any of my water for the 45 minutes or whatever the hell that they're here for. So I just went and had a shower. And my hair's sticking to me. And I just went and had a shower. And my son wanted macaroni and cheese for lunch today, so I filled the pot with water. So that was ready to go in case I hadn't started before they come, And I filled the sink with some cold water to thaw dinner. So that's all done. So just chilling out for a little bit. I may mow my lawn later. It's not too warm today. It's not humid. It's nice. And then give everything a bit of a watering tonight. Try to keep everything green. We haven't had much rain, but we've had a crap ton of humidity, so I want to keep the grass alive. I like me a nice green grass. So I was thinking last night about my videos and stuff, and I've kind of decided that I'm going to commit to 1 video a day and only do weekends when my boyfriend's not here. So I'm not going to pressure myself to make extra videos for on the weekend. I'll just do them on the fly, as I do with all my videos. On weekends when my boyfriend's not here. because especially now with school ending, I want to spend, I mean, I'm home, I might as well spend time with my kids. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on. Speaking of school, his teacher put a post up online. I think it was today. I found out about it today. I guess the 23rd. I have it written on my calendar, but I think the 23rd. They want to have the kids over. They're doing it by classroom, so there's 2 classrooms going for each interval, and they're doing it over the course of like 3 days, I guess, in hour blocks, twice a day. To have the kids, it's basically to return like the Chromebooks and whatever school materials the kids have at home. But they're doing it under the guise, in my opinion, of, getting together with classmates and teachers for an hour, weather permitting, doing some outdoor fun and whatever. But parents can only go, and only one parent can go, if your child is in junior kindergarten to like grade 1. If you're grade 2 and up, you have to go by yourself and return all the equipment and whatever the hell. Now, parents can still go, but they can't be on school grounds. They have to sit in their car, stand around in the park, like off the school property. There's a skateboard park and whatever. Whatever. My kid's old enough; he can go by himself. It's fine. We're not even a block from the school, so it's fine. And he wants to go. He wants to see all his classmates and whatever, and that's fine. He can do what he wants to do. He's got his own mind. They have to do this online COVID screening test before they go and whatever. All the questions and whatever. Ain't nobody been nowhere. We're fine. I just find it funny how they make it sound like, oh, they're going to have, one last hurrah together and la, la, la. And it's like, the hypocrisy kind of kills me, because it's like, okay, so in the course of 2 years, they've spent a year's worth of time in school, right? Because in 2020, school ended in like March. And then this year, it was half the school, well, a little less than half the school year in actual school, and the majority online, because we had a lockdown kind of in between, so there's been 2 online parts to school. It's been a lot. And but now all of a sudden, everybody can get together for an hour and do a game or whatever, and it's like, really, you can get together for an hour and do games, but you can't get together and do, like, it just, whatever. Fuck. So I said to my son, if you're picking up your report card on the 23rd, which is also what that post said, and you're returning all the equipment, then you're done school on the 23rd. Because it then continued that they were to do some online shit through some program that I know nothing about. And, well, I had it downloaded at one point, but I found it to be utter garbage. And I couldn't navigate the damn site, so I just deleted it. Told the school it was kind of a way to track what your kids were doing in class online. Parents to go online and see what their kids were doing in class, back when they were in class. And you could leave, there was like a message board or something, and you could leave messages or comments or whatever for the teacher. And no. You got something to say, you call me, we'll arrange a meeting, I'll come in and we'll talk like human beings. But other than that, I don't care. So I deleted it. I called his teacher and told her, no, no. I'm old school. You want to talk to me, we'll arrange a meeting, we'll come down and we'll do a parent-teacher meeting. I'm not doing this online shit. So I said, you've already got your report card, so everything's said and done. So you're done on the 23rd. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm so over it. And he's over it. So I said, you might as well, while you're at the school on the 23rd, get as many phone numbers or emails or whatever as you can, and so you can keep in contact with whoever you want to keep in contact with, right? Because a lot of people are still, they don't want their kids going out playing and living life and whatever, so whatever. So I think he's going to do that and then call it a day. He's not going online for school. I think they're technically supposed to be going until the 25th or something. I was like, nope, you've got your report card on the 23rd. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Fuck it. Live your life. So I'm going to start trying to come up with little day trips that we can do, and get him out into the yard and playing in the pool. And, he can help me out with stuff outside and whatever. So I'm going to cut my videos down to one a day and spend as much time as I can with him and with my eldest, when he's not working and whatever. I said to my eldest this morning, it's been scary. Like I've been sort of, when my mom passed, she left us an inheritance. Nothing crazy, but, and I used the first half of it. Well, I did a lot of things with it, right? I fixed I redid the floors in my house and bought a car because I was working at the time and needed a reliable car. Whatever, I've talked about that before. And, paid up on some things that I'd fallen behind on in 2020 when I walked from my job and then COVID hit. And it was just a lot. So I handled a lot of that stuff and got myself back on track and put it away, what I had left away, right? But then slowly it's like, okay, well, like I'm on welfare right now and my eldest is working, which is great, and he does pay me rent because I don't live for free. You ain't living for free. Like, you're 20 years old. Come on. And as I saw the cost of rent and all that shit, like, just ridiculously skyrocket, it was like, you may as well stay here. Like, keep looking, keep yourself educated on the market and whatever, but put your money away. Like, there's just no point right now. you won't last. You'll end up back here and probably in debt, and just don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. So I was saying to him this morning, things are getting really tight. Like, I've had to sort of dip here and there into this money that I inherited to get groceries and to get gas and, things like that. Like, because my son is an adult, and given the situation of, you know, the world right now, I get the bare minimum for welfare, right? Because he's working, so technically there's a second income. But not really, because I want him to save up so that he can eventually leave, right? Like, this is kind of my thinking. And I'm not saying I want more money from the government, because I don't. I don't feel bad about taking it either, though. I mean, it's a system I've paid into for years, so it's my fucking money as far as I'm concerned. But it does mean that things are wicked tight, right? You know, I don't have a car payment because I bought my car outright, but I do have insurance that I have to pay, and because it's a new car, I got collision and stuff on it. Well, that's an extra expense that I didn't have to pay before. I bought an extended warranty on that car because at the time I was working. And could afford it, but now, you know, that's an extra expense that I didn't have before. And I also have like an insurance thing for my kids, so that if something happens to me, they're not screwed, right? They're not left with nothing, especially my eldest, because he has no other family, right? It's like I'm all he has. My youngest has, you know, his dad and his dad's wife and their family, right? My eldest doesn't have any of that. His dad's not in the picture. And I don't even think he's in the province anymore. I have no idea. And he doesn't have any grandparents. You know, my mom passed away last August. My dad lives in another country and doesn't even know him. And like I said, he has zero contact with his dad or his dad's side of the family. So, like, he doesn't even know his grandparents on that side. He has no real tangible memory of them. So, you know, I need to make sure that he, especially, is protected. So, I said, you know, like, I'm not trying to worry you, I'm not trying to dump my problems on you, but you live here too, so, you know, in that respect, these problems are also your problems. Welcome to the adult world. You know, and I'm not trying to scare you or guilt you or whatever, but you need to know that if things continue on this course, we're going to have to downgrade. Which would normally not be an issue, like, whatever it is, what it is. But like I said, the cost of rent right now is just as ridiculous as the cost of buying a house right now. You know, and you get nothing in return for renting. Like, you're just flushing your money down the fucking toilet. And there isn't a lot of decent landlords and stuff in this town. Like, it's a lot of slumlords and a lot of people, you know, they just don't give a shit. So, it's scary times. It's really scary times. I have to phone the drive test place. I have to do that soon. Because they reopened up on Friday. And my G2 license has technically expired. But that was during lockdown. There was nothing I could do about it. So I need to get a hold of them so that I can have my full G. And then that's done. And hopefully that'll bring my car insurance down a bit, and that'll help a little bit. But, because like I was saying, I do have this other portion of my inheritance that I you know, put away, that I'm trying really hard not to touch it, because ideally, Jesus, ideally, I would like to get back to work at something, fucking anything, whatever, and have some money to put away toward my fucking retirement. Like, I need to handle me. You know, I don't want to be working into my 60s, for Christ's sake. And I don't want to retire to another fucking country because I can't afford to retire here. I don't want to leave my kids. You know, I don't want to be my dad and not see them and only talk to them on the phone or on emails because, you know, you can't fucking travel. And that's another thing, you can't travel. So I couldn't even, if shit keeps going the way it's going, you can't retire to a cheaper country. Like, it's just a lot. And I'm starting to feel overwhelmed and concerned. And I don't want to bitch and moan and whine and whatever because, you know, nobody cares. And it doesn't fix anything. But I don't get why, you know, a lot of things are open now. Like, a lot of things are open now. There's a lot that isn't, but a lot of things are open now. But I don't get why, to the best of my knowledge anyway, you still can't go into counseling. You still can't go see a counselor or a therapist or whatever. That's still all on Zoom calls and shit. Our city hall is still not open. I phoned there the other day about this water thing, and the message said that they weren't open. I think they're there working, but it's not open to the public. Like, I can't walk in there and make an appointment or talk to somebody. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. So, just with the light. Because it's cloudy today. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to work, but I want to be paid. Like, you know what I mean? I don't, minimum wage doesn't help. It doesn't help. Minimum wage, I still need assistance. I want off assistance. I want to be independent. I want to be a grown-up. You know. And excuse me while I go skipping down Selfish Road. You know, I don't really give a shit what anybody thinks, but I am so over working weekends and working nights. You know, on top of day shifts. Like, I think I would be over it at this point in my life, even if I did have help around the house, like a husband or whatever, live in whatever, common law, whatever, extra income. We'll leave it at that. You know, because I've done it all my life. I missed the vast majority of my eldest growing up. You know, my youngest kind of had it good because I was on compassionate leave for my mom when she was sick, and so, and then I was, you know, upgrading and working toward going to college and all that stuff. So I had several years where I was home and spent a lot of time with him, and we did stuff together while the eldest was at school. Then when the youngest was school-aged, I walked them to and from, and got quite involved in the school, and, just sort of did odd jobs around the neighborhood, painting fences and painting apartments or rooms and whatever. Like, I did odd things like that. Hair, cut hair out on my porch or whatever. So, I was doing stuff and it was fine. I mean, things were tight, but, they weren't too bad. Everything was manageable. I wasn't up worrying about everything. Once I, cleared my bankruptcy and all that kind of stuff, things were much better. But, and then once I went back to school, things got better too, because I was just happier. Financially, we were in the same boat, but I was happier. It makes a big difference. But yeah, I'm just so over the minimum wage and, working weekends. Like, I wouldn't mind if you paid a decent wage. And I mean, like, $20, $23 an hour. Something like that. I don't need a fuck ton of money. Decent. As long as I'm off of assistance, be happy. $23 an hour. Give me some benefits. At least for my kids. Well, for the little one, because the eldest is working, he can get his own damn benefits. And help me out with a pension. And if you're gonna do the shift thing, then fine. Everybody, you do your one shift a week, one night shift a week, and like every other Saturday. Like, I'm over Sundays. Sundays can fuck right off. This whole working on Sunday thing, fucking, I remember it as starting with the liquor stores, the LCBO and the beer stores. People fucking wanted them open on Sundays. All of a sudden, everybody had to fucking work Sundays. Close the goddamn liquor store and the beer store on Sundays. Who gives a fuck? Go out on Friday night and buy your shit. You're fine. Like, fucking open on Sundays. If that's why everybody else is open, fucking shut her down. There's no need for that. Even God took a day off, okay? But if you're working in a place, like, everybody do their one night shift. And everybody do, you alternate your Saturdays. And then everybody have Sunday off. That would be my compromise. I know that there are places now that are still, their hours are still low. Like, they're not, places that were open till midnight or whatever. Freaking closing at 9. Like, the Timmy's is closed by 9:45, 9:30, 9:45. They used to be 24 hours. But nobody wants to work that shit. I really don't think it has much to do, because I think the dining rooms are still closed in there. I'm not sure. But nobody wants to work that shit. So everybody's going like, nope. So the companies have no choice but to close it down, right? I don't know. I find things to be very alarming right now and frustrating. And the hypocrisy of the whole thing just irks me to no goddamn end. I don't know. I'm so confused. Anyways, I think this is going to be a short one today. I'm honestly not feeling it. But I have to keep something constant going, and I feel that, you know, this is something that I can do as a constant to give me some kind of schedule and air out whatever's running through my brain. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I have some tidying up and stuff to do in the house, whatever, so lunches to be made and what have you. So I'm gonna jam. If anybody's watching, have a great day. Be good to yourself, and we'll talk later.